We skirted that hurricane, didn't we? I think someone felt sorry for us because of all the ones we had last year. Today I want to talk with you about guidance. And I want to compare guidance in our physical world and guidance in our spiritual world. How many of you have a GPS, know what a GPS is? Everybody know? I think everybody should know what they are by now. I think we're getting into that technological age where we kind of sort of have to know a little bit about all technology. I have a GPS because I travel for a living, not only doing nursing but also for our national organization. And GPSs, they actually pick up satellite information from satellites. Did you guys know that? And you have to have at least 4 satellites to be able to get good reception, which I found pretty interesting. It also says that unlike our cell phones and computers, I don't know how that quite works with Android, but we are supposed to be able to get GPS signals anywhere regardless of weather conditions. So I thought, well, that's good. So if I'm ever traveling in a storm, at least I know I can get to where I'm going. And they also require you to have a device, right? You have to have a device to be able to get the location of where you are. So the device, the information that you gather is free, but the device is not. And we're going to compare this with our spiritual life because we have guidance, do we not? And that advice is free, right? But you have to have a device. You have to be a clear and open channel for that information to come through. So the first aspect I want to talk about is where you are. Because your GPS has to calculate where you are first, correct? If you've ever bought a GPS for your car, you have to set it so that it knows where home is. And once you've set that, then it can give you directions other places. But first it has to know where you are. And you have to know where you are. Hence that saying, know thyself. Because it all starts with you. Your growth, your progress in this life starts with you and where you are now. Because if you don't know where you are now, you don't know where you can go. And I'm going to tell you, each and every one of you is spirit first. That information comes to you because you are spirit, encased in this physical body, so that you can navigate through this world. Just like those satellites come into that little box and receives information, we receive information. And some of the information we do in our own heads, right? How many times have you replayed old things that have come up again? Oh, I can't do that. Oh, I'm too dumb. Oh, I can't go back to school. I can't get that job. You are limiting yourself, and you have to know that because you have to know where to begin so that you can move past that. Don't limit spirit, because spirit can do anything. Spirit is infinite intelligence permeating every being in this world, which means that they are permeating you also. But you have to know yourself first. Know where you are. Know your limitations. And that's a continual process, is it not? You evaluate different stages. When you look back in your life when you were 10 or 15, were you not in a different place than you are now? And in the next 10 years, you'll be in a different place. So you have to evaluate where you are throughout the entire process, as does your GPS. Wherever you are, it's evaluating where you are going, where you are. The second step is, where are you going? Because we can just go through life haphazardly, not having any goals, just, okay, well, whatever comes, comes. And that's okay, but it's not going to get you to where you want to be. Just like a GPS, you can get in the car and go, okay, I need to go to Publix. And you can think that all you want. But unless you actually plug it in, it's not going to tell you where to go, is it? You have to utilize what you have. Know where you want to go. Do you have goals? No, this isn't January 1st, but I bet if I ask you if you've kept up with the goals, if you set any for January, how many of you have kept up with all of your goals from January? Let me see your hand. We'd be doing good to get half of them, right? But you constantly have to reevaluate where you're going. If you reach one goal, you have another one, do you not? You have to evaluate where you're going on that path. Do you have help? Absolutely. Spirit can help you direct where you're going. They're not going to do it for you. That would be really nice, but they can help you with your progress. They can help you evaluate where you are. And just like we said, know yourself. Know where you are. When you're going and you're traveling, do you not have to readjust and know where you're going? If you decide, oh, because I travel a lot and I stay in hotels, I think, okay, so where am I going next? What is my next stop? How do I get there? Is this going to be the place where I want to stay? Is this where I want to be? And sometimes you have to be in that place for a little bit, don't you? You feel like, oh, I want to be here. My mother fell and broke her wrist, and a month and a half ago now. And she's like, I can't believe it's taking me so long to heal. And I'm like, well, you just have to be where you are right now. Because your body has to catch up. Your body has to heal itself. It has to go about figuring out where it is in this new device that they put in, which is just amazing, isn't it? That they can put a metal device in you, and it's just amazing. And I'm a nurse. I see this all the time. I'm still amazed by it. That our bodies take something in and go, okay, well, let's heal around this. But we have to know the process. And I said to her, you know, it takes 6 to 8 weeks for bone to heal. I don't want to wait that long. Well, sorry, that's just the way it is. And sometimes when you think you know where you're going, and all of a sudden something changes and throws a little rock in the place, and you decide, ooh, I guess I don't really want to go there. How many of you have done that? You've started down a path and you think, okay, this is where I want to go, this is what I want to do. And then you're halfway down the path, or even a quarter or 3/4 of the way through, and you go, maybe this wasn't a good idea. Maybe I should rethink where I want to go. And that's okay. Because we know that life is a process. And the journey is most of the process. Because you learn each and every step of the way on that journey. And some of the hardest things you've had to go through, if you look back, you'll see that it's probably where you learned the most. Sometimes you learn what to do. Sometimes you learn what not to do. But it's all that process of taking you there. And we have to be aware and understand that sometimes that may need readjusted. Because if you keep hitting roadblocks and you keep trying to push through that, maybe you're being directed in a different way, right? Now, instead of being angry and upset because I know this is where I'm supposed to go, this is where I want to go, this is what I want to do, and you keep hitting things that say, oh, no, not now. No, not this time. No, not this job, not this person. Not this route. Now, GPSs are pretty good when we talk about routes, which is our next subject, the route that you're going. Because when you plug it in, it'll tell you how to get there. And the amazing thing about GPS is you can either do shorter time or faster distance. They also have things in there like off-road, which I don't have a Jeep, I can't do that, and no U-turns. That'll give you a route. Most of the time it's accurate. I was on the way to a patient's house, and I'm driving, and it says, in 0.2 miles, turn left. And I'm looking, and I'm like, there is no left here. And I had the off-road turned off, just in case you were wondering. And I thought, okay, well, there has to be another way around. Unfortunately, I have a pretty good screen, so I can see the other roads that go around there. And if we're presented with blocks, things that keep us from getting where we're going, start looking for other avenues. Because that's probably Spirit trying to help you. Now, Spirit doesn't know everything. Contrary to popular belief, you don't get little wings and flap around up there and are all-knowing. However, you do have a broader perspective. You can see more. We on earth here have a very limited view because we can only see what's around us and what's in front of us. We can suppose what's coming, but we can't see that. It's like someone standing at the base of a mountain. You know, they can see probably this far, and if there's a river, they can see a certain part of it. But if they go up a little higher on the mountain, they can see a little bit more. But if they're standing at the top of the mountain, they get a whole different perspective. And once we lose this physical being, this is the densest you're ever going to be. This is the most solid you're ever going to be, the most restricted. Because once you shed this body, you're just energy. You're just light. You just move. You have a thought and you can be there. I mean, there is astral projection, so really you could project yourself to... Anyway, I digress. But your route, where you're going, the easiest way to figure that out is to pray and to meditate. Do you know the difference? Prayer is speaking to God, or infinite intelligence. And meditation is listening. And when you think about your growth here on this earth plane, what are you praying for? What are you asking for? Are you asking for a new dress, a new job, a new car, more money? What are you asking for? Is it going to help you? When I was raising my daughter, one of my friends told me, because it seemed like I was always on her for something. She's always doing something not correct. And I said to my friend, what can I do? And she says, ask yourself this question. Will this make a difference in 5 years? 10 years? And I went, oh, that's pretty good. I like that. I'm going to use that. I'll give you credit for a little while, then I'm going to keep it as my own. And if you try to live your life like that, if you think about, is this decision that I'm making today going to change my life for the better in 5 years? Because if you're not going towards your goal, what? You're going away from it. So ask yourself, is this going to matter? And I'm going to tell you something, your spiritual growth should be first. Because that's what matters. When you leave this earth plane, you shed the body, your clothes, your car, the money in the bank, the IRAs, all of that stuff isn't going to matter. It really isn't. But where you grow spiritually, is. Because we know as it is here, it is there. The spirit world has the same rules that we have, the same natural law. It works here, works there. It's the same thing. So focus on your spiritual growth. Try to get to that place where you want to be. Do you want to be a medium? Do you want to be a healer? Do you just want to touch people? Do you want to help people? Service is the highest form that we can do on this earth, helping other people. That's a gift. Because when we do that, we're helping ourselves. Is that not natural law? What you give, you receive. And it's the intent with what you do. It's the intent when you're going on your route. Do you intend just to get there and stomp over everybody and make as much money as you can? Or is your intent to help people? Bring people with you. Reach and touch everyone, because when you touch another person, you are touching yourself. We are all connected. We are all one. Don't you feel bad when you do something bad or wrong? And we all know what's right and wrong. We can't go, oh, I don't know. Because you know, you have that still small little voice inside of you. And it'll direct you, and it'll lead you, and it'll guide you. If you meditate and listen, prayer is speaking, meditation is listening. How well do you listen? How many times have you had a thought, you know, I probably should go another way to work? And you thought, nah, this way's quicker. And then there's traffic jam. How many times do you think, oh, I'm so miserable, I've got to get out of this job, I just have to leave this house, and you get these thoughts and you go, but I just don't want to put the effort in. Change is always scary. But you're getting guidance. And if you ask for it and tune into that and start to learn to listen to that guidance. Because Spirit wants to help you. They know. They've been here. They get it. Sometimes it's not such an easy life here. We don't have such an easy route. But it's not what you've been through. It's what you do with that information. That you keep going. You have on your sights where you're going. GPSs are wonderful because, you know, if you take a wrong path, they go recalculating, recalculating, recalculating. Sometimes they do that quite a bit. And sometimes we need to recalculate. We need to know where we're going. Because where we've been is in the past. You can't do anything about that. You can only go forward from here. So don't keep pulling that old baggage up. It's just going to weigh you down. You're not going to be able to get on your route. It's going to be slower. Release all that. Focus on where you want to go. Allow Spirit to work through you. Know who you are. Know where you are. Know where you're going. And plan and listen to your route. God bless you all.